all the deacons, saints, and friends. We would like to welcome you again, like Sister Jackie said, to the Ebenezer Baptist Church.
Amen.
I am here to give the history of Ebenezer Missionary Baptist Church. And so I looked up the meaning of church. Being that some people may not know what church means. So church is a group of Christians, a congregation of Christians who gather together and worship together in a building. And Psalms 11:3 says, if the foundation are destroyed, what can the righteous do?
All right.
So we're going to see how many times this foundation was destroyed. Okay, Ebenezer Missionary Baptist Church was organized in 1889. The organizational committee consisted of 16 members. The first place of worship was a log cabin. The first pastor was Reverend Dave Richardson. The second place of worship was a blacksmith shop. The first church was located about 1/4 of a mile from the Mobile and Ohio Railroad east of Glentown, Mississippi. Reverend Joe Pruitt was the pastor, and this location is now the resident of Sister R.E. Strand. These worshipers were so sincere that when they worshiped, you could hear them down the street. They were so happy to have a place to worship. Some of the founders were other people, but some names we don't have. About 1909, the second church and the fourth worshiping place was established. This church was located about 2 miles northeast of Guntown. On November 20th, 1911, the Ebenezer Church purchased a 1/2 acre of land from Brother J.B. Long. The trustees were Brother W.H. Anderson, Brother Lem Copeland, Brother Older Johnson, Brother Willis Smith, and Brother Tom Long. On March 13, 1913, this church was destroyed. So again, I say, if the foundations are destroyed, what can the righteous do? Okay, the pastor was Reverend R.D. Chambers. After the tornado, the church was without a worshiping place. The community was without a place to house the public school. So everything was destroyed in this tornado. Ebenezer was still interested in the whole man. They were interested in the spiritual man, the physical man, the literal needs of the community. Because school was taught in the church, there was no school. But we had a teacher, her name was Sister Maddie Starks. She was the instructor. And some of the students received minor injuries, but through the help of the Lord, no one was seriously injured. There were 21 students who attended school during the tornado of 1913. And they were John D. Tabbert, Bluford Borden, Alice Mabel Sattler, Marie Newberry, Claude Johnson, Mac Bidham, Maul Coleman, D. Gardner, Ozell Johnson, Clyde T. Sattler, Essie Mae Newberry, Maul Lee Johnson, Johnny Lee Clark, George Coleman, Johnson Copeland, Mae Emma Sattler, James H. Newberry, Lenore Newberry, Lily Faye Bidham, Annie Mae Wade, and David Copeland. These were the 21 students who later grew up to get work in the church. So after the tornado and with much prayer, the Ebenezer Church rebuilt to replace the one destroyed by the tornado. This was the third church. Again, if the foundation is destroyed, what can the righteous do? But it was the fifth worshiping place. The church service was still in its peak. Later, the church was repaired. They worshiped using kerosene lamps and traveled in wagons to Ebenezer Church. After the tornado on June 16, 1936, Ebenezer purchased 1/2 acre land from Brother G.L. Mitchell for the amount of $10. In 1938, $10 was a lot. In 1938, this church was destroyed by fire. Again, Psalm 11:3. If the foundations are destroyed, what can the righteous do? Some of the lumber was reserved. The congregation continued worshiping using Trinity CME Church for services on the third Sunday, and Sunday school was held at the school house. After the church was destroyed by fire, the members experienced a difficult time trying to purchase land in order to rebuild. Brother Roy Stubbs prevailed with Brother Sam McCarley and persuaded him to sell the church and 1.5 acres of land on May 21st, 1938. The church paid $84.50 to purchase that land. But problems still prevailed. The deacons and Brother Jefferson Knowles faced difficulties in borrowing the finances to rebuild the church. After much prayer, God intervened so that the fourth church and the sixth worshiping place was built. The members still traveled by wagon and worshiped by lanterns. The carpenters were Mr. Leon Jernigan, Brother Orr Norton, and members of the church also helped in the construction of the church. The location of this church was on Highway 45, Guntown city limits, a few yards from its present location. After the church had grown and more space was needed to accommodate the congregation, the fifth church and seventh worshiping place was erected in 1975. It was erected of brick veneer under Pastor Reverend H.W. Ratcliffe. They met at Guntown Center where the church was under construction. The contractor was Brother H. Smith. 8 years later, in 1983, under the leadership of T.W. Jenkins, the church was debt-free. Later, under the leadership of Reverend James Armstrong, the church purchased a church band and an organ and provided organ lessons for 3 musicians. One of those musicians was Abby Stubbs. Could you raise your hand, Miss Stubbs? She's a Scott now. She's in the back. Yeah. She also plays the piano on Sunday. Corey McClendon, the mad guy on the keyboard over there. And under the leadership of Reverend Kenneth Hurd, the church was remodeled with a new look, and a flower bed was added by the deaconess in the front. While under the leadership of Reverend Tommy Ratcliffe in 2002, the church had again become debt-free. In 2005, the church purchased a lot a lot just a few yards from the present site from Barbara A. Johnson. Later, they replaced 2 air conditioning units, and one for the front of the church and one for the back of the church. The following ministers have pastored here at Ebenezer MB Church was Reverend David Richardson, Reverend Joe Pruitt, Reverend R.D. Chambers, Reverend Isaiah Brunson, Reverend W.L. Scott, Reverend H.W. DeVale, Reverend G.W. Bowens, Reverend B.A. Robinson, Reverend Ezekiel Field, Reverend R.L. Evans, Reverend L.O. Caldwell, Reverend H.W. Ratliff, Reverend T.W. Jenkins, Brother Pastor James Vance, Pastor James Armstrong, Pastor Kennedy Hurry, Pastor Tommy Ratliff, Pastor Kenneth Cannon, and presently our very own Pastor Stephen Corey Traylor.
Amen.
Praise the Lord. And some of the deacons who are presently still here with us is Brother Tony, excuse me, my voice is leaving. Tony Shepard.
Amen.
Dudley C. Barnes.
Amen.
And we also have Brother Willie Taylor, who he comes to be a lot, and Brother, a papa of the church. Who know who the papa is?
Amen.
Did you know? I just want to thank you, and some of the ministers that did come from Ebenezer, once they revealed the last time was Minister Johnny Johnson, Minister George Cross, Minister Henry Knowles, Minister R.C. Smith, Minister S.L. Young, and Minister Johnny Christopher Sadler. Praise God. Thank you very much.
Amen.